Hello and welcome to today's focus training. I am Kiri, honey relationship coach for moms. And today we are talking about unleashing the power of clear and specific intentions in your relationship. We are discussing the significance of having clear intentions in a relationship. Trying to find my points. Practical strategies and techniques for setting clear and specific intentions. Strategies for incorporating intentionality into your daily routines and the way that you do things. And lastly, ways to stay focused on your goals. All right, I have got notes next to me because I have lots of things on this and I want to make sure I cover them. So, first of all, let's start with what are intentions and why are they so important? So basically, your intentions are the act or thought that are driving your actions, and they help keep you focused when you are making decisions. It is basically the why behind everything you do. And I know it's a bit of a thing at the moment to be talking about our whys all the time. Or I'm just going to put a light so you can see me a bit better. But it's so fundamental, and it really helps keep you focused on what really matters to you and why you do things. And I feel like we get so lost in navigating everyday life and being a grown-up and doing all the things that we feel like we need to do or we should be doing. And having a clear intention just helps us focus in on what really is important rather than getting so all consumed by social media, maybe what everyone else is doing or what we think everyone else is doing, and how we should be. So rather than worrying about what we think we should be or how to be like somebody else, we need to get really clear on our own goals, our own values, our own interests, and what really matters to us. And reflecting back on this, I've had many conversations, I've talked even with my partner about how very different we are. And we are incredibly different. But the thing that's really kept us going through everything is that our values are very aligned. We want the same kinds of things. And that is what navigates us through all the difficulties, all the differing opinions, all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk more about setting those intentions and living more to that. So why is it significant to have clear intentions? Well, when we're clear on what we want, when we're clear on our desires, our goals, our values, then again, you can really focus on what really matters to you. Matters to you as an individual, matters to you as a couple, and matters to you as a family. So thinking about what choices you make at any given moment and how does that align with what you actually want for your life. Are you spending money on things that will get you closer to the kind of life that you want? Do you want to be having more fun, in your day-to-day life? And are the choices that you're making in a moment, do they align with that? Are you actually allowing yourself to have more fun, more connection? Are you actually taking the time to connect with your partner so that you can feel that closeness? Or are you just living day to day next to each other, going through the motions, but not actually having any connection? So when you begin to take control and ownership of your life, you get to feel like you're more in control rather than letting life and other people's expectations control you. So clear intentions basically provide a roadmap. So you know where you're going, what you want, and different things to help you get there. They also help to foster open and honest communication, which is one of the goals, essentials. I'm sorry if you can hear background noise. There's a play date happening downstairs and it's quite noisy. Anyway, um, where was I? So when your intentions are clear and you can communicate clearly what you want and why you want it, then it helps you have honest conversations about what it is that you want and why you want it. And then you have sort of a starting point to be able to work together on how you can have more of that. And I'll get more into that in a moment. So why is clarity so important? It can improve communication, increase your understanding of each other, and you'll actually be able to navigate conflict and challenges more easily. So you will feel united because you are working together to a common goal. So perhaps your intention, if we're talking about a specific intention, maybe it's something like having a family holiday. And you need to save money to be able to do that. So your intention when you spend money, when you talk about other opportunities that might come up, but that will take away from you being able to do that thing that you want to do, it will help keep you focused on what you actually want. And then you can talk about how you can do that together. You'll feel like a team. It will enhance communication. So when you understand what the other person wants and why they want it, you can easily empathize with that person. You can understand better. You can, basically understand and empathize, because if you can communicate what it is that you want and why you want it, then you can be like, oh, okay, I understand why that's important to you now. Let's talk about that. How can we do more of that? It also allows you to have more purpose and meaning because you've got a direction that you want to go. And you can help each other achieve that direction when you've got an intention, a specific thing that you want. You will also be able to achieve goals more easily because you've got a supportive network. You've got other people who are understanding what you want and why you want it and can help you achieve that. So if you're, say, for example, you have two very different views on parenting, which is a common thing in relationships. Maybe you think that a little bit of discipline is okay, and your partner doesn't believe in discipline. What is your shared intention? What do you want how do you want your kids to be? How do how do you think how do you think that your way of parenting will help you achieve that outcome? And then if you're two very opposing views on parenting, you both probably still want your kids to be amazing people. You still want them to achieve their goals, have a great life, have great relationships. So, how can you come up with a solution collectively that aligns with both of your views to meet that common goal? And being able to articulate why you feel a certain way about your parenting style, and they can articulate why their view on their parenting style, and then you can come up with something together. And once you are able to do that and feel aligned, then your ability to overcome challenges and change, because these things are inevitable. You will have obstacles, you will have setbacks. But if you are clear on what you want and why you want it, then again, you will be able to overcome so many more challenges. Okay. Another reason why having a clear intention will help you is because you'll feel more secure in your partnership, in your life. So kids like routines. I think about, when you first dropped your child off at daycare and they were concerned that you would never come back, right? But you knew that you were going to come back. But you want to be able to rely on those other people in your life. So if you have a clear intention, so say it's, I don't know, going out with your friends. Okay. My intention is to have a few drinks, have a few laughs. But I intend to come back home again. I intend to not be out all night. So then my partner will understand that, okay, she'll come back, everything will be sweet. I probably will be useless the next day. We can plan accordingly. And when we are clear, it allows for much fewer misunderstandings and uncertainty. And we can I guess we can relax a little bit, right? Because how does it make you feel when someone like you're relying on someone to do something and they don't follow through, and it causes stress? But we have to think about the things that we can control, right? So if my partner was planning something, I would probably ask him, okay, so what's your plan? And when I say what's your plan, it really means what's your intention? Because once I understand your intention, then it's sweet, right? How much easier is that? Okay, so in terms of practical strategies for setting clear and specific intentions, you want to set intentions that are specific. Um, they may be like SMART intentions, so specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. But it doesn't have to be as complex as that. It could simply be like when you're setting an intention for a date night. The intention might be to connect on a level that you maybe haven't connected in a while. And you can set in terms of a specific intention within that, what's the thing that you're going to do to be able to have that connection? So maybe it'll be putting our phones away. Maybe it will be eye contact. And another thing that I just thought of as we're getting there, in terms of having better communication with your partner, when you were trying to talk to them or they are trying to talk to you and you were distracted, you were not being present with them. So it's important to be able to say things like, I really want to have this conversation, but I am distracted right now. So can we have this conversation at a different time? That is being intentional with, and your partner will know that you are that you want to focus on them, but you can't at this moment. Because I know my husband comes home from work frequently wanting to tell me all these things, and I am so distracted cooking, trying to get the kids organized, whatever it is. And so I probably don't come across as the most inviting individual. So it's really important that you are clear about that and be intentional. Okay. All right. So, where am I? How can you be more intentional in your daily lives, in your routines, and so on? So you could do things like setting intentions for your day. Sorry, I lost where I was. Okay, so you could do like a daily intention setting exercise with a journal or even with your phone. And you could say, today I am going to focus on being present with my kids and get specific in, okay, how will I do this? I will spend half an hour doing whatever my daughter wants to do. If we're talking about your partner, I want to be more present in my partnership. I will focus on him or them or whoever they are when they get home from work, when I get home, whatever it is, and look them in the eye and ask them about their day without any distractions. That will be your intention. Focusing on the main thing, which is being more present. Okay. How can we have more mindful communication? Being intentional there. So, like I said, with the being focused, so actively listening to them. How can we actively listen? Eye contact. Okay. You can even use things like paraphrasing. So, repeating back some of what they've said and actually genuinely being curious. Okay. So, instead of being like, oh, that's good, honey, blah, 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 really not paying attention. Oh, that sounds really interesting. What are you going to do? How are you going to navigate this? What can I, whatever it is. And then another thing you can do is actually regularly check in with each other. um, as part of your daily thing. Maybe at the dinner table, you all get together and you talk about the best parts of your day. Maybe you can also talk about challenges that you had in your day. I know my daughter goes to an outdoor school, and at the end of each session, so it's once a week, at the end of each session, they have to share a rose, a thorn, and can't remember what they call the other thing. But the rose is their best part. Thorn is the challenge that they face that day. And whatever the other one is called, it's like, what would you like to do more of? So doing stuff like that and really intentionally hearing what your family's enjoying or what your partner's been experiencing, these are really great ways that you can incorporate more intentionality into your relationship and your daily life to connect more with your values and what really matters to you. And as a last little point before we wrap up, because there was a lot in this particular training today, something that can help keep you focused on your values and what's important to you is by creating something called a why statement. And this is something that I've done in my coaching programs with my clients. And this is really identifying and writing down in a clear, succinct way something that you can repeat to yourself daily. And it could be part of your intentionally how you start your day in terms of saying your why statement to help keep you focused on those goals and what is important to you in your life. But you can also use it at any other time in your day as well. And you just really want to create a why statement that relates to your interests and what's important to you. I will include for Academy members, I will include a link to a document where you can use that to help create your own why statement. And I thank you all for watching this session, and I hope you found it helpful. There was a lot in there to digest, but the key takeaway is that you want to set intentions in your relationship that align with your values and what you want for your life. All right, keep doing what matters, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.